AlchemyPay news. This is what investors need to know right now. Did you know that a midcap is currently launching its own blockchain? It's regulated in 10 US states, yet the trade is still considered a scam on Reddit. Alchemy Pay stands at the crossroads of regulation, criticism, and genuine partnerships. Yet, this thing still flies under the radar, even though it has a real use case and massive upside potential. Welcome to 10x by Marius, your channel for honest, data-driven altcoin analysis. Alchemy Pay, or ACH for short, is a mid-cap project in the field of fiat crypto payments. With over 2 million connected merchants, strong partners, and its own Layer 1 project, it's more than just a payment service provider. But why this news right now? Because Alchemy Pay has announced its own Alchemy chain, because new licenses have been rolled out, and because the technical indicators have also shown some extremely interesting signals. Before we get started, as always, grab yourself a coffee, leave a like for me, and if you want to support me, become a 10x supporter on YouTube. Thank you very much for your support. You can find all the information in the video description, but a quick disclaimer, my channel is not financial advice, it's purely for informational purposes. Let's start with the technology and developer news. Alchemy Pay has delivered. In July 2025, the white paper for the Alchemy chain was published. It's a Layer 1 project based on Solana, specifically designed for stablecoin payments across multiple fiat currencies. On top of that, there are major integrations, fiat on-ramp with Ondu, Sky, Bloom, Yalo, and MTT. Tokenized assets, meaning US assets, via their own RWA platform, and an MTL license now in 10 US states. So, from a regulatory perspective, they're extremely well positioned and have set themselves up nicely here. But there is criticism. Users on Reddit are complaining about withdrawal issues, which is obviously a serious problem, and also that there are no public license numbers. Piercing scams and weak support are also among the things that investors and users ultimately criticize. The bottom line, the tech is solid, but trust has been shaken. Next, what news is there in the community and in terms of adoption? The community is stable, but it hasn't gone viral yet. Alchemy Pay has already posted regular updates on X, which is a positive sign. They've held armors on Discord, which is definitely good for encouraging community engagement. And a post at the beginning of August had just under 8,000 views. As mentioned, that's not an enormous amount. Partners, Binance, Shopify, then OFP, so real heavyweights. When it comes to partners, they're extremely well positioned. And what about use cases? Alchemy Pay is accepted in over 70 countries. They have 300 payment channels and 2 million merchants have already integrated them. Those are figures that, I think, speak for themselves. The use case is also impressive. They've recently added real-world assets, or RWAs for short. In short, the adoption is there, the community is there, but the real hype is still missing. Now let's get to the hard facts. What about the price? At the moment, they're just drifting along. They've gone up a bit, but not massively yet for such a low cap. FTV is at 215 million. In other words, the circulating supply hasn't been fully exhausted yet. There's definitely still room for growth here. They're 89% below their all-time high, which clearly shows there's still massive growth potential. Current volume is around 20 million, mostly on Binance and Coinbase, so of course on the biggest exchanges. The valuation here seems fair, but not exaggerated, so they're definitely still under the radar. By the way, if you want to trade Alchemy Pay, I recommend my favorite exchange. I've linked all the information below in the video description and in the pinned comment. There's also a tutorial I've made for you about my exchange, so feel free to check it out. You'll also get a bonus when you sign up. Next, let's move on to my new personal chart analysis. I created it for myself. It's quite simple to see. When are the theoretical entry points and when are the exit points? I'll go through that with you now. Right, let's get started with my chart analysis. First, by way of explanation, I'm now using TradingView with a specific indicator. As I said, I'm not a day trader or anything like that. I take a long-term view. With altcoins, as mentioned, For me, it's generally always just a play for the bull run in the end. And, for example, as you can see here, how the indicator works. We have, for instance, an overbought area, which is up here. That would be indicated with a red dot. That means, essentially, the market is overheated. Here, for example, I would take partial profits or sell completely. And on the other hand, when we're in the oversold area, so to speak, we also have a green dot here again. Theoretically, that would be an entry point, and then in the overbought area, essentially, we'd be up here. That would be an exit point. That's how I always look at it. As I said, with altcoins, with Bitcoin, I do dollar cost everything. With altcoins, I always look for specific entry points and where I can get out again, essentially. But as I said, I still see this as a bull run play and for the long term. Now, of course, the question is, what does Alchemy Pay look like at the moment? As you can see, we're here in what I'd call, in quotation marks, a neutral zone. That also means, and this would be my position as well, I wouldn't buy here, but I also wouldn't sell or take profits. Instead, I'd wait until we're, essentially, back in some, let's say, overbought area. Then I would take partial profits, for example, and if we then go down again and end up in a, let's say, oversold area, which would be shown down here again with the green dot, then I would look for another entry point there. And if, for example, you also want to trade Alchemy Pay, or do leverage trading or something like that, I use a crypto exchange called Bitunix for that. It's easy to use, the fees are extremely good, and I've put the link in a pinned comment, just open it up, and you'll also get a bonus if you sign up with my link, plus you'll be supporting me as well. So thanks for the support, and now let's continue. Next point, catalysts. Let's move on to possible driving factors. The further development of the Alchemy chain is, of course, extremely relevant, but new regulatory licenses, for example in Hong Kong, are also extremely significant. In addition, new partners are coming on board, such as Solve Protocol, and they provide regular updates on X, Medium, and Discord. So they're always solidly positioned there. It's important to note that these things only bring short-term pumps, but in the long run they're crucial for building trust, because more and more partnerships are exactly what investors want to see. So, what remains in the end? Alchemy chain delivers, licenses are growing. ACH is becoming the bridge between fiat and blockchain. What price scenarios do we have? So, what's my opinion now? For me, Alchemy Pay isn't a hype coin, but a solid under-the-radar play with a real use case. It's already being used in the real world, you just don't notice it. By the way, if you want to see the full analysis now, I've linked it here for you. Really interesting, several price scenarios. And if you don't want to miss any more altcoin analyses, I've got 2 exciting ones coming up this weekend. Then subscribe to the channel now and turn on the bell so you don't miss any more insights. And then I'll see you in the next video. See you in a bit.